If you've watched my content, you know I do a lot of rankings, and I figured since people are probably tired of my terrible opinions, let's bring in the new guy that is taking the internet by storm, ChatGPT. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel as well as leaving a like on the video, and let me know in the comments if you think this should become a series. So with that said, let's dive into the actual ranking of every track in Mario Kart DS. Number 32, Figure 8 Circuit. Okay, great start surprisingly. I had no idea where this track was going to place on the list, but it actually went in the correct spot. It is described as a straightforward and simple track that is less challenging. Summed it up perfectly. Number 31, Cheep Beach. So this is a bit of a surprise, but we're not too bad just yet. The reasoning here is that despite its great setting, it's not quite engaging. Don't know where the random hate came from, but I guess Cheep Beach sucks. Number 30, Desert Hills. Alright, here we go. This is a pick that I somewhat agree with, I guess. I wouldn't have had the track this low, but at least the reasoning is the same as mine. You guessed it, sand. I'm not gonna make the joke for the 15th straight time, but you get the deal. Number 29, GBA Peach Circuit. Now we get into the circuits finally. It's a bit late, but not egregiously late, so we're still good here. In the explanation, it's labeled as a straightforward track that doesn't stand out. Pretty fair. Number 28, SNES Mario Circuit 1. You know, it was at this point where I began to think that I would be given a pretty respectable ranking, but boy was I wrong. And you'll see later on why. ChatGPT agrees with the average person here and states that this track is very boring. Number 27, Yoshi Falls. This list is officially valid, everyone. Yoshi Falls made it out of the bottom 5 as it deserves. Like many other people would, it points out the fact that it's a circle. Wow, everyone just loves to flex their geometry skills while bashing on this track, huh? Number 26, GCN Luigi Circuit. I personally don't agree with this being one of the best circuits, but at least it's at the bottom. And here we are once again with the not standing out description. This is becoming redundant, but good thing we're finally almost out of circuits. Number 25, N64 Moo Moo Farm. According to the ranker, the Monty Moles and the Moo Moos add a touch of challenge. These cows in the background? What, do they shoot laser beams or something? I find this pretty funny. Number 24, Shroom Ridge. No, not Shroom Ridge. There isn't really a bad statement about this track anywhere. They just happen to rank it pretty low, I guess. Number 23, SNES Donut Plains 1. I see we finally got to the SNES tracks. Donut Plains 1 is arguably one of the better ones, but it's here I guess. However, the explanation is very confusing to me. The water sections and jumps add some variety to the track. What is it speaking of? There are neither of those in this track. The water is technically on the side of the track, but even then I don't particularly see any jumps. Very interesting. Number 22, Luigi's Mansion. We were doing so good. Then we just had to screw it up. Alright, let's see what the evidence here is. Some players may find it less exciting? ChatGPT, you are the only, I was gonna say person, but you're not. What I'm trying to say is, in all my days of looking at Mario Kart opinions, I have never seen this track that low. Hopefully this doesn't continue. Number 21, Mario Circuit. I mean, this placement makes sense, I suppose. And it's a circuit, so you know what that means. That's right, it doesn't stand out. It is a balanced track though, whatever that means. Number 20, Delfino Square. Alright, even I wouldn't put this that low. Here we are watching the big names fall way too short in this list. At this point you probably wonder what the top picks are. If you were wondering what the evidence here, it's forgettable despite its scenic setting. Number 19, GBA Bowser's Castle 2. Getting back to some normal picks, GBA Bowser's Castle 2 is not too far off from where it should be. With its narrow paths, sure, and hazards, also questionable, it provides a decent challenge. Funny that it doesn't bring up any of the 50 ramps in the course. Number 18, Bowser's Castle. I mean, this is pretty low, but it's a personal favorite so I can see why someone else might do that. It's interesting to see how much ChatGPT hypes this one up, even though it's absolutely ripped this one off. Number 17, Airship Fortress. Yeah, this is certainly a facepalm moment. I literally asked ChatGPT why this track got robbed, and it responded,
"While it offers a unique setting and dynamic elements, some players might perceive it as less exciting or challenging compared to other tracks in Mario Kart DS. The layout of this track may not be as intricate or memorable for certain players, influencing its placement in the middle of the ranking. It's essential to note that these rankings are subjective and can vary based on individual preferences and playstyles. Some players may enjoy the Airship Fortress track more than others, and personal opinions on track rankings can be diverse. If Airship Fortress holds a special place in your preferences, feel free to adjust its ranking according to your own experiences and enjoyment."
It doesn't know, does it? You see, I have polled thousands of people on the best track in Mario Kart DS, and Airship Fortress claimed that #1 spot. So yes, I think that about 90% of the community thinks that Airship Fortress is a top 5 DS track and is quite memorable. Number 16, DK Pass. Well, things are hopefully back to normal for a while, with this track being pretty accurately placed. I agree with the reasoning as well. I enjoy snow-themed tracks, and the descent downhill is entertaining as well. Number 15, Frappe Snowland. Speaking of snow-themed tracks, we have a classic right here. According to the description, it is an icy track with twists and turns. Yeah, totally not anything else to worry about here. Number 14, GBA Sky Garden. Now we get into the better tracks of the game, but Sky Garden is probably in the top 10, I would say. I like how it describes the track as a unique experience with the elevation and jumps. Number 13, GCN Mushroom Bridge. I was literally about to say that this is way too high, and then I looked at my video. Sure, thumbs up. It changes your perspective when tracks like these are above Airship Fortress and others. Anyways, it goes on to say how the traffic adds an element of unpredictability, but also talks about the bridge jumps? Don't know what that means. Number 12, Baby Park. ChatGPT, you gotta understand. This is not the Baby Park you are thinking of. This intense and chaotic track that you speak of is the original Baby Park, not this travesty. It's just disappointing, honestly. Number 11, GBA Luigi Circuit. Okay, respectfully, what is this doing here? GBA Luigi Circuit is indeed the best circuit track in the game, unless you really like the DS version, but it certainly isn't top 15. I guess unlike the other takes, someone could actually have this opinion if they're into circuits, but this is way too high. Number 10, N64 Choco Mountain. After some trials, I think we've hit another good pick. Choco Mountain is a very memorable and challenging track with the bumpy terrain and rolling rocks. Number 9, Peach Gardens. Okay, we're 2 for 2. Pretty good picks here. Now obviously people have different opinions about these two tracks, but these are certainly not too far off. Anyways, this explanation is pretty good. The gardens and chain shop section do make it one of a kind and visually appealing. Number 8, Koopa Beach 2. And I'm back at rock bottom. The explanation I guess can check out, but there is no real sense to this ranking since this is just an unmodified SNES track that no one really cared about in the first place. Number 7, Rainbow Road. Wow, this ranking is just gonna put me through a roller coaster of emotions, isn't it? We have once again found a perfectly placed track with a pretty good explanation. It fails to bring up the loops, but it's a simple way to showcase it. Number 6, Waluigi Pinball. The description is exactly what you would expect. Pinball theme, dynamic obstacles, ooh, vocabulary, and fast-paced gameplay. But this leaves me to wonder, what the heck is the top 5 gonna look like? Number 5, Tick-Tock Clock. Okay, now I'm really scared. All of the big names are eliminated, and we still have 4 tracks to go on this list. This is not gonna go well. The explanation talked about the clock theme, and yada yada yada, you get the deal. Number 4, N64 Sherbetland. What is this doing here? N64 Sherbetland was not remade in Mario Kart DS, so I looked through to see what it was replaced by, and it turned out to be Yoshi's Circuit, so let me fix that real quick. Much better. Anyways, the explanation was the challenge and fun of a unique design and figure 8 layout. Yeah, totally. Anyways, on to the next. Number 3, DS Wario Stadium. Wario Stadium is pretty good, but this good is a bit of a stretch. You have the jumps, off-road, and I guess a sense of scale? Whatever that means. But it's exhilarating, I guess. Number 2, SNES Choco Island 2. I need glasses. I need my brain checked. I need something that is going to shield my eyes from this pick. In fact, I asked ChatGPT why the heck this is so high, and it was ready.
Number 1, challenging layout. Choco Island 2 is known for its tight turns, narrow pathways, and chocolate-themed hazards. The challenging layout can make races more exciting and competitive. Hazards and obstacles. The track features hazards such as chocolate puddles, thwomps, and piranha plants.
Wait, did you say thwomps?
Yes, now shut up. These elements add an extra layer of difficulty, requiring players to navigate carefully to avoid losing speed or getting hit. Dynamic environment. The chocolate theme aesthetics, along with the undulating terrain, create a unique and visually interesting environment. The dynamic aspects of the track contribute to its overall appeal. Nostalgia. Choco Island 2 is a course from Super Mario Kart, SNES, and some players may appreciate the nostalgic factor associated with tracks from earlier Mario Kart games. Fun factor. The challenging nature of the track combined with its creative design can make races on Choco Island 2 particularly enjoyable for many players.
I mean, I guess we found the Super Mario Kart fan, and they like chocolate.
Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate!
I'll let them have it though. They fought hard to tell me why it's good. Number 1, Banshee Boardwalk. Well, this is kind of anticlimactic. Banshee Boardwalk is like the most middle of the road track in Mario Kart DS, and it was placed number 1. Like, how am I supposed to react to this after the previous placement? Well, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed me losing my sanity over the most interesting Mario Kart takes, and let me know if you want to see more of this series. Thanks for watching, and if you for some reason think my takes are better, the videos are on screen right now. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.